Good afternoon. This is cause number 2020-70093 in the interest of Irie and Marley Ashton. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Monica Nichelle Dixon, mother.
All right, and representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Andrea Eoff.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Alfred Agustin Ashton Jr. Mr. Ashton was personally served on February 11th, 2022 at 9:54 a.m. at 16951 Addison Road, apartment 1508 in Addison, Dallas County, Texas. Further, he signed a order for parentage testing and which contained therein an order setting the hearing for Zoom hearing for today, and he has not appeared or signed in. Is that correct, Ms. Eoff?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So we will proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. And before we begin, we'd like to ask that the court take notice of the DNA test results that are in the court's file and admit them into evidence. Those results show that Mr. Ashton cannot be excluded as the father of Irie.
You have any objection to that, Ms. Dixon?
No.
All right, DNA test report is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to call Natasha Williams.
Okay.
All right. Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry about that. Ms. Williams, will you please state your name for the record?
Natasha Williams.
And what is it that you do for a living, Ms. Williams?
I'm a child support officer with the Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division.
And in the normal course of your occupation, do you research income and wages and calculate child support?
That's correct.
And have you been trained on how to do that in accordance with the Texas Family Code?
I have.
And have you had an opportunity to research the income and wages for Mr. Ashton in this case?
Yes.
All right. And have you calculated child support, medical support, and retroactive child support?
I have.
Would you please share your findings with the court?
Sure. Mr. Ashton's monthly wage information is $2,816, with medical support being set at $169 per month. The net resources is $2,240.28, leaving child support at $560 per month beginning October 1st, 2022. The retroactive support from January 1st, 2017 until today is $29,922 with a recommended payout of $200 per month beginning October 1st, 2022.
And Ms. Williams, that retroactive support judgment, what amounts did you use in calculating that total judgment?
During the period of January to December 2017, it's $3,432. Likewise for the whole year of 2018 and 2019, January through December 2020, $6,492. January through December 2021, $7,716. January of this year until today, $5,418 for a grand total of the $29,922.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. I have no further questions and pass this witness.
Ms. Dixon, do you have any questions of Ms. Williams?
No, I don't.
Ms. Eoff, can Ms. Williams be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused, Ms. Williams. Thank you.
All right. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to call Monica Dixon.
All right.
All right, Ms. Dixon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Ms. Dixon, will you please state your full name for the record?
Monica Nichelle Dixon.
And will you state the names and ages of your children?
Marley Nesta Ashton, she's 8. Irie Jamalise Ashton, she's 7.
And when you were here last time, you and Mr. Ashton signed a DNA testing order for Irie. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And the DNA test results prove that he is Irie's father. Is that right?
That's correct.
And is he also Marley's father?
Yes, he is.
Have you ever alleged that anybody else could be Marley's dad?
No.
All right. Would you like for the court to declare that he is the father of both Irie and Marley today?
Yes.
All right. What kind of involvement has Mr. Ashton had with your children?
Mr. Ashton was involved up until January of 2016, excuse me, until Irie was 1 year old. When after 1 year old, it was no involvement. Irie is my youngest child.
Has he visited with the children at all since 2017?
No.
So have you been providing all of their care and making all of the decisions for them on your own this whole time?
Yes.
Do you believe it would be in their best interest if the court were to order you to be their sole managing conservator and make him a possessory conservator?
Yes.
If the children are living with you, would you like for the court to order that you would designate their primary residence with no geographic restriction?
That means I can move wherever I want to. I just want to be clear.
Yes, that's what that
Yes.
means. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And to your knowledge, Mr. Ashton does not reside in Harris County. Is that right?
To my knowledge.
And to your knowledge, Mr. Ashton has a tendency to move. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Whenever it comes to him having visits with your children, do you think it would be in their best interest if you had a modified schedule that allowed him to kind of phase into spending time with them?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember the court order that we talked about earlier where we put in a schedule for visitation?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to read some of that to you, and I'm going to ask if that's what you think is in the kid's best interest. So the schedule that you were thinking of was a first period of possession from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., first, third, and fifth Saturdays, and he would have 10 visits like that. And then if he completed those 10 visits, he would get 10 visits from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. first, third, and fifth Saturday. And if he completed all 10 of those, he would get single overnights from 6 p.m. on Saturday to 6 p.m. on Sunday. And he'd have to do 10 of those. And then he would get a weekend from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday, 10 visits like that. And he would exercise those periods of possession if he gave you 7 days advance written notice of his intent to do so at your email address, nashmonica96@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And it would only be if he completed all of those phases that you'd be comfortable letting the kids go with him for the standard possession order. Is that right?
That's correct.
So if the court were to grant this schedule, do you believe that would be in the kid's best interest?
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to exchange the children at the Walmart located at 3450 Farm to Market Road, 1960 West in Houston?
Yes.
And when it comes to your address and your phone number, you would prefer to keep that confidential. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Are you concerned that if he knows where you live, you or the children might be subject to abuse or harassment or some kind of harm in the future?
Yes.
And why do you feel like that might happen?
I have witnessed Mr. Ashton with his other children in Mobile, Alabama, harass their mother. And I don't want that. I build a life with my kids, and I don't want that type of, involvement around my children.
Mm-hmm. And have you guys had an incident in the past where he attempted to restrain you and wouldn't let you leave the home that you were in?
Yes. Yes.
And what sort of law enforcement got involved in that incident?
Harris County HPD got involved.
Mm-hmm.
And because children were involved, Child Protective Services got involved.
And is it true that since that incident, he hasn't known where you live?
No.
And are you asking the court to make a finding of non-disclosure in order that you can continue to keep your address and phone number confidential from him?
Yes, please.
Okay. How are your children currently covered for health insurance?
Through Medicaid, Star Medicaid.
All right. And would you like the court to order that you should continue providing that Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear the testimony that Ms. Williams gave earlier about the child support and medical support and retroactive support?
Yes.
Do you believe it would be in your children's best interest if the court ordered him to pay those amounts?
Yes.
All right. I have no further questions and pass this witness, Your Honor.
All right, the court